Hey guys, it is January 17th, 2022. It's about 5:15 in the morning. Happy Monday. Um, if I sound a little weird, I'm a little stuffy. Um, but I'm hoping you guys can understand what I'm saying. Today we're going over Genesis chapter 9, verse 2 through Genesis chapter 9, verse 3. And this is gonna seem was a little confusing to me, but I'm gonna try to help you understand it. Now remember, this is God speaking to Noah, and this is God telling him. He already told him in verse 1 to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. This is going along with that command. This is the rest of what God is telling him to do. Verse 2, all the animals of the earth, all the birds of the sky, all the small animals that scurry along the ground, and all the fish in the sea will look on you with fear and terror. I have placed them in your power. I have given them to you for food, just as I have given you grain and vegetables. I stopped there for a reason. If that sounds a little familiar to you, in the garden, God told Adam he had dominion over the animals. He was to care for the animals. And I'm not saying God's not saying that here, but he's saying instead of having dominion over them, Noah has power. They're going to fear him. And the reason is because before this, in the garden, they didn't eat meat. They just ate vegetables. And they just ate plants and green. And now they are starting to eat meat, which means they are starting to eat animals. And I do believe that this also means that animals are starting to eat other animals, so there's predator and prey. And this is a vast contrast to the Garden of Eden. And the animals know it. The animals know that now they have to go into this survival instinct. And so when we talk about this, we can start to see where once was calm and order, all that, we've already seen the chaos that sin causes. We already seen the death that sin causes, but yet this is another death that sin is causing. In the garden, we ate vegetables and, other assorted plants, fruit. And instead of just eating those things, we now eat meat. And I'm not saying that we should all become vegetarian, even though I used to be a vegetarian and I'd rather eat that way. That's just me. But what I'm saying is that when God told Adam and Eve that if they ate the fruit of the tree of good and evil, the tree of knowledge, then it would lead to death. Did they instantly drop dead? No. But it led to spiritual death. They were separated from God. Sin, and the only way to deal with sin is to have death. Cain killed Abel because Cain sinned. He killed his brother, which was a bigger sin. Everyone on earth was wicked, evil, and God had to flood the earth. They had to die. In the beginning, the first ever death recorded was an animal for Adam and Eve to clothe themselves with. So this is just more adding to the chaos that sin caused. So when we look at this, God is showing us two things, I think. The first is that he's providing us with the nutrition we need, which is animal. Second, God is still showing us that because of sin, in sin is death. Except for this time, it's the death of an animal. It's predator and prey. It's the lion eating the gazelle. It's the shark going after the fish. Now, I know this is speculation because it has not yet said in the text that animals were not predator and prey, but we kind of have to think this way because they were on a giant boat together and there's still animals walking off the boat. So things had to be there for a reason. And now that Noah is off the boat, now that Noah is out of the ark, God is starting to talk about animals that can be eaten. And we're going to see this in later chapters of Genesis and later books, is there's a difference between clean animals that can be eaten, and unclean animals that cannot be eaten. Sin causes chaos. God is order. And God is holy and sin is evil. And because of that, if we are stained with sin, we can't be around God. But the ultimate sacrifice is Jesus. The ultimate way that we can be with God is through Jesus. So, I hope you guys see Jesus in everything you do today. And I hope you find the hope no matter what situation you're in. I hope you guys have a great day.